Let me ask you something for a moment. Have you ever been talking to someone you care about, and you could tell they weren't really listening? They nodded. They said yeah. Maybe they even responded. But something inside you knew they weren't truly there. Your words were reaching their ears, but not their attention. If you've ever experienced that, you know how strange it feels. You can be sitting right next to someone, yet feel completely alone in the conversation. Now here's the deeper question. Have you ever realized that sometimes you might be the one doing the same thing? You might not mean to. Life is busy. Work demands attention. Phones vibrate constantly. Our minds are often running in 10 different directions at once. But relationships don't break because people stop loving each other. Very often, they weaken because people slowly stop listening to each other. Not intentionally, but gradually. Listening may seem like a simple skill. After all, most of us believe we already know how to do it. But real listening is far more powerful than most people realize. It is the bridge that allows two people to understand each other. It is the space where trust grows. It is the quiet act that tells another human being, "You matter enough for me to slow down and truly hear you." And when that kind of listening disappears, even people who love each other deeply can begin feeling misunderstood, distant, and emotionally alone. Today we're going to explore why listening is one of the most important skills in any relationship. Not just hearing words, but understanding hearts. Because sometimes the difference between a relationship growing stronger or drifting apart comes down to one simple question. Are we truly listening to each other? Part 1, When people feel heard. Think back to a moment in your life when someone really listened to you. Not the polite kind of listening. Not the distracted kind. The kind where the other person was fully present. Their eyes were on you. Their attention wasn't divided. They weren't waiting impatiently for their turn to speak. They were simply there, absorbing what you were saying. When that happens, something powerful takes place inside us. We feel understood. We feel respected. We feel valued. Human beings have a deep emotional need to be heard. It's one of the reasons meaningful conversations feel so important in close relationships. When someone feels heard, they begin opening up more. They share thoughts they might normally keep inside. They become more honest about their fears, their dreams, and their struggles. Listening creates emotional safety. And emotional safety is one of the strongest foundations a healthy relationship can have. But when listening disappears, the opposite effect begins. A partner may start repeating themselves because they don't feel understood. They may raise their voice, not because they want conflict, but because they want their feelings to finally reach the other person. Or sometimes they simply stop sharing altogether. Not because they don't care anymore, but because they believe their words no longer matter. This is how emotional distance begins forming between people who once felt incredibly close. Not through a dramatic argument, but through the quiet feeling of not being heard. Many couples assume their biggest relationship challenges will come from major disagreements or life pressures. But surprisingly often, the deeper issue is much simpler. Two people who stop truly listening to each other. Part 2, Listening builds emotional connection. One of the biggest misconceptions about relationships is that love alone is enough to keep people connected. Love is powerful. But love without understanding can easily lead to frustration. Listening is what allows love to translate into understanding. Imagine a moment when your partner is trying to explain something that upset them. Maybe it seems small to you. Maybe you believe they misunderstood the situation. In moments like that, the instinct for many people is to respond quickly. To defend themselves. To explain why they didn't mean harm. But when someone is expressing their feelings, what they often need first is not explanation. They need acknowledgement. They need to feel that their emotional experience has been recognized. Listening creates that recognition. It communicates something deeper than words. It says, Your feelings matter to me. When people feel emotionally acknowledged, their defensiveness begins to soften. Conversations become calmer. Solutions become easier to find. But when people feel ignored or dismissed, even small issues can escalate into large conflicts. Listening slows those reactions down. It allows both people to understand not only what was said, but why it was said. The meaning behind the words. The emotions underneath the conversation. And that is where true connection lives. Not just in shared activities or shared responsibilities, but in the ability to understand each other on a deeper level. Listening is not passive. It is an active act of care. Part 3: The power of truly being present. In today's world, listening has become more difficult than ever. Not because people don't care, but because attention is constantly being pulled in different directions. Phones light up. Messages arrive. Notifications compete for focus. Even when two people are sitting together, their minds may be somewhere else entirely. This is why intentional listening has become such a rare and valuable skill. When you choose to truly listen to someone, you are offering them something incredibly meaningful. Your presence. You are saying, without needing to say the words, right now, you are more important than everything else competing for my attention. And that message can transform a relationship. It builds trust. It deepens emotional intimacy. It reminds both people that their connection is worth protecting. Strong relationships are not built on perfection. They are built on moments of genuine attention. Moments where two people slow down long enough to truly understand each other. Listening allows misunderstandings to become conversations. It allows frustration to become clarity. And it allows love to remain visible in everyday life. Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can give someone is not advice, solutions, or explanations. Sometimes the most powerful gift you can give is simply your attention. And when two people learn to offer that to each other consistently, their relationship becomes a place where both feel heard, respected, and deeply understood. And that is one of the most powerful foundations any relationship can have. The power of truly hearing each other. Before you go, take a moment to think about something simple but powerful. In every relationship, there are thousands of conversations. Some are ordinary. Some are meaningful. And some become the moments that shape how two people feel about each other for years to come. But what often determines whether those conversations strengthen a relationship or slowly weaken it is not what was said. It's whether someone truly felt heard. Listening is one of the quiet foundations of a healthy relationship. It tells your partner that their thoughts matter. It tells them that their feelings are safe with you. And it reminds them that they are not alone when they are trying to express something important. The truth is, many people are not looking for perfect words or perfect solutions. They are simply hoping that someone will slow down long enough to understand what they are trying to say. When we give someone that kind of attention, we create something powerful. Trust grows. Patience grows. And the connection between two people becomes stronger and more resilient. Because relationships are not built only on love. They are built on the daily choices we make to care for each other with patience, kindness, and understanding. And listening is one of the most meaningful ways we can do that. If this message made you reflect on your own relationships, take a moment to support the channel. Subscribe, like the video, and share it with someone who might benefit from hearing it. Every time you do that, you help this message reach more people who want to build healthier, stronger, and more meaningful connections in their lives. And before you leave, ask yourself one simple question. Who in your life could benefit from being truly listened to today? Sometimes the smallest act of attention can make the biggest difference. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next message.